my thoughts on it so far is what's the effect going to be? In other words, I start with the question, because everything is about questions and answers. So what is the effect going to be? And so they are supposed to be remedying something by doing this. This is supposed to be an improvement. So we'll just see what the improvement is, or have them explain, whoever made the changes, explain what the improvement is supposed to be, and then measure that improvement. By improvement, meaning you have solved a problem. And depends on who the problem, who was making the problem and what the problem was originally in the first place. Now, if the problem is racism, have you solved the problem of racism? That would be the question. As far as political voting is concerned, the sixth area of activity, politics, and that involves voting. So have you solved the problem of racism in the voting process? That would be the question. Have you made an adjustment that's going to be a solution to the problem when it comes to racism in the area of politics? So lots of ways to frame that question, but that's the basic question, regardless of how you frame it. So they went through some changes. Did the changes solve the problem of racism in politics? That would be the basic question, I would think. Regardless of what the changes are. Do you still have racism in politics? And how did this have an impact on eliminating that racism? And so each individual black person has to make an assessment of what his or her environment is about and what their perspectives are on where the racial perspectives are at this particular time. And they give their own individual perspectives, because it comes down to what the individuals think about it. The people who have been victims and are victims of racism. And lots of people maybe simply do not understand what's going on. Probably didn't understand in the beginning. Didn't know very much about it, or what the particulars are, because there's a lot of legalese, you might say, involved in the language of it. Mm-hmm. So they would probably, the average person would probably be asking, what impact is this going to have when I go to the polls? I mean, how is my vote going to be counted, if at all? And what is going to be the procedure? What is going to be different from the last time that I voted? So I think these would be the basic questions. What will be the differences? And will the differences be an improvement over what I had before? Now, that would be the question that I would ask. Because when you're making a change of any kind, when you're changing clothes, the question is, did you make an improvement? Everything is about improvement. I mean, Marcus Garvey had a whole association with that name, where the name in the association was improvement. The NAACP has a word in their title, advancement. So it comes down to advancement, improvement, and what do those words mean? So basically, you just simply ask, okay, you said this, you said that, you said the other. Is this going to improve my position? Is this going to improve my everyday existence on this planet? Or is it going to be an act that is going to be detrimental to me? That's the bottom line. In any moves that anybody makes anywhere on the planet, whether it's in voting or anything else, did you do something that's an improvement for me? Mm-hmm. And if you didn't, what's your motive? You know, and
right.
Are you a friend or an enemy?